What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Fantasy Football Game Show. I am your host, Simon, joined as always by my co-host, John Luke. What's up, JL?
What up?
No adjectives for you today.
Just
I'm saving the adjectives.
Plain and simple, just like
we've got Harry Tim with us. What's up, Tim?
Harry Tim.
Living life, loving it.
And the less hairy of the right duo on stream today, Joey. What's up, Joey?
I mean, that's debatable. I mean, we're only seeing from the neck up, so
I've seen Tim from the neck down.
Yeah, no, I do agree, Tim.
I think
Tim's
he wins.
hairier than I am.
That is a
family
hairy man, and a man who I have no idea how hairy he is. Scott Rainier is with us today. For those of pretty hairy. For those of you that do not know Scott, he is a fantasy football analyst, writer, podcaster, and YouTuber with IBT Media, and a writer over at Fantasy Data NFL, and a great friend of the show. We love having you on, Scott, and thank you so much for taking the time.
Oh, it's great to be here. I do love the chat, but I love being on the show too.
And we've got some good brackets today that we brought you here to do. We are going to be discussing the best rookie landing spots just as a qualifier. I had to narrow it down. We're just looking at some running backs and wide receivers today to get the other positions in there. It was going to be a little bit too big, so we're going to look at some running back and wide receiver landing spots, pick our favorite, and then we have a Mario character battle royale. Characters from the Mario games. We're going to be putting them in hypothetical fights to the death, and we're going to come out with one winner on top. There will be one Mario character left standing. Jay in here with his early take, and it is an L of a take. Birdo above all else. Yeah, you would like Birdo, you dirty boy.
He is Birdo, that's why.
Oh, God. Oh, so disgusting.
We've got Craig in here saying, I'm not feeling well today, so I will be here in spirit and listening, but not chatting much. Have a great show all. Craig, please feel better.
Please
we miss you
Hope
already.
It's not your tummy.
Yeah, I also hope it's not your tummy. Jay and saying, feel better, Craig. Mr. Scampers as well with the feel better, Craig. And what's up, Mr. Scampers? Dame, hello to you too. Welcome in. And Mr. Scampers said, happy International Hangover Day, everybody. Yes, I am indeed celebrating today. Tim made sure of it last night. We've got NBA in here saying, what's up, beautiful folks of the YFY family? You guys rock. How's everyone's Friday? Pretty good.
Good.
Not too bad. Not too bad, yeah.
And NBA wants to know, can each of you name your favorite Switch game at the moment?
Ooh,
Cheers.
This is a great question.
At the moment, that is tougher than overall, because overall my favorite Switch game is Breath of the Wild, without a doubt, no questions asked. It's maybe the greatest game I've ever played. But what have I currently been playing? My girlfriend and I have been playing a lot of Unravel, which is like a two-person cooperative game.
Yeah. We've been playing that too.
It's so much fun. So right now, that's probably my current go-to game on the Switch is Unravel. JL, what about you?
We call it the yarn game.
The yarn game
at my house. Yeah, the yarn game. This is a weird question for me, I guess, because I have most recently been playing MLB The Show and learning that game and enjoying that. But we've been playing Overcooked like nonstop recently, and we already have played through that like 60 times. We probably have like thousands of hours on that. So we've just been running through them all again, doing 4 stars. It's an incredible game.
Let me just warn everyone: don't play Overcooked with JL. It's not fun.
It is fantastic. Not just me. You
and Maria.
Yeah, you can't play with both of us.
No,
we're very competitive.
It is a nightmare to play with them because they don't just beat you; they like humiliate you in the process. Like
you did that yourself.
They take breaks from what they're doing, accomplishing their own goals, just to come over and fuck with you, and then go back over there and still beat you by like 40,000 points.
I stole a lot of Simon's plates.
God, it's a nightmare. Scott, do you have a favorite Switch game? Are you a Switch guy?
I actually don't have a Switch. I've never played a Switch, but that being said, my favorite game is Breath of the Wild.
Such a good game.
Even though I've never played it.
I was going to say, how have you played
it? I know that would be Zelda's like my all-time favorite franchise. Link to the Past probably would, if you ask like just any system ever, probably my favorite game ever, just based on how I remember feeling playing it at that time. But Zelda, it's Zelda for me. I know it would be. Everybody has raved so much about that game. And I'm currently playing the kind of, I would say, scarier, harder version of Zelda in Elden Ring on my Xbox. So no Switch, but I'm playing a very Zelda-like game.
Purchase that game.
I
really
didn't
fun.
because I know I would get so mad about 5 minutes in. And my problem with games is when bad guys come at me, I jam all the buttons out of anxiety. And so I'm not sure I could ever even get past one.
It's the first game in a long time where there's been moments where I look to my side and physically like react in a scared way to what I see. So, which I
That's
like. That's
wild.
fun. That's good.
Joey, what about you?
Oh my God, I've been waiting.
He's been waiting so
long.
patiently.
So my favorite game at the moment, I discovered on an airplane at 20,000 feet. It's Untitled Goose Game.
Oh
It
my
is
God,
so
honk,
It's so
honk.
fun. Yeah.
You honk people, you honk at little kids and steal their toys. You get chased by ladies with brooms. It's an amazing game, and you play as a goose. You steal a farmer's
vegetables.
hat.
Yeah,
It's so much fun. But I am enjoying Switch Sports with my 5-year-old.
I bought
We've been
that.
having
We
a
haven't played
blast
yet,
with
though.
that. Yeah, tennis is amazing. Soccer is unreal. I broke a light in my living room. Like, we have one of those fans with the lamps. They come down, and I hit the Switch controller and shattered a
Of course you
thing.
did. Of course you did.
Playing
Mr. Scampers
soccer.
with the
Super much
honk. Tim,
Scampers knows. It's so much fun.
Tim, do you have a favorite Switch game?
I tell you what, it's not any Mario Party. That's what it's not. Hate those games so much.
So much fun. Let's
They're
play.
no, I will never play that with you.
Let's do it,
not a
Tim.
chance. Nope.
For me, do it.
It's gonna be Mario Strikers when it comes back.
I've watched you and a girl at the time legitimately like almost end a relationship during.
I didn't even do anything. I tried to help her win,
and then all you did was win. And you tried your best not to, but the bonus stars at the end, that was your fault for getting all the bonus stars, Tim.
Yeah.
Guys, today, like I mentioned, we brought Scott here to go through 2 brackets. Before we do that, a couple reminders. Number 1, if you are not already following our friend Scott on Twitter, go and fix that right now. He's on Twitter at MunderDiflinFF. It is right there below his face on the screen. So make sure you guys go over to Twitter and follow him. Once you're done with that, you are already on our YouTube channel, most likely, if you're watching this. And that means you are so close to completing the next step. Just like this video and subscribe to our channel at Front Yard Fantasy. It is the easiest way to show your support for what we're doing over here, or show your sympathy for us if you feel a little bad for us. That works as well. We take sympathy likes.
We do.
We have no shame, no pride.
Nope.
No
We're not
honor.
above it. We're not above it.
Not at all. Guys, I'm going to go ahead and pull up this first bracket, and I'm excited to talk some rookie landing spots today.
So is this like favorite rookie landing spots, best rookie landing spots? How are we looking at this, Simon?
It's going to be what you perceive as like the best landing spot for them. So it's going to be a player team fit. It is not just looking at the team. It's looking at the team and the player, and it's a fit, right? It's a landing spot that makes sense for them.
Fantasy purposes, correct?
Fantasy purposes, correct. So this is for fantasy football purposes. The names we have on here are Drake London, James Cook, Sky Moore, Jamison Williams, Chris Olave, Breece Hall, Kenneth Walker, and Garrett Wilson are the names we are going to be talking about today. I know there's some names left off of here, guys, but we just had to cut it down to 8, and so I tried to pick some high draft capital guys and then some people that I know people are excited about their landing spots, like Sky Moore and James Cook. We had some other answers in here. Albert said Super Smash Bros. For him, favorite game of the moment. That is a classic right there.
That's a good one.
And Kaysen, what's up? Welcome in. Glad to have you here. And
What's
Scott,
up, Kaysen?
We're going to start with you on this first one. Is it going to be Drake London in Atlanta or James Cook in Buffalo? Which of these is your preferred rookie landing spot?
So for me here, this one didn't take very long. For me, it's Drake London. James Cook, his landing spot to me seems ideal upon first glance, but for me, looking a little bit closer, I don't necessarily think it's that ideal. I think it's a great pick for their team, for Buffalo to have James Cook, but fantasy purposes. And the reason being is in college, Cook was, he's related to Dalvin Cook. We all know that. So I try not to let that influence me too much, but in college, he was never the runner. That was Zamir. He was the pass catcher. And even in that case, his pass catching wasn't, if you look at like the top 30 rookies that came in this year, running backs, he was middle of the pack when it came to target share, targets per game, kind of all the standard metrics you look at. And he's going to a team in Buffalo who's been averaged over the last 3 seasons. They've been the third fewest targets to running backs. Josh Allen really doesn't throw to running backs that much. And I get it. They drafted him for a reason. But to me, it would take a relatively significant shift in how they target their running backs out of the backfield for him to attain the value and fantasy relevance I think that people are expecting, mainly because, last name Cook, Buffalo's a high-powered offense. I don't see him being a 3-down back, even if Singletary got hurt. So I like him. I probably won't be getting him in rookie drafts. He's going a little too high for me. And London, I don't think there's a lot to say. I mean, when it comes to best fit, I look at opportunity with wide receivers. I look at opportunity and I look at the quarterback they're going to. Quarterback, not so much, but opportunity is going to be in spades in Atlanta. So
absolutely. One vote for Drake London from Scott right there.
Yeah.
JL, are you agreeing with Scott here? Is it going to be Drake London, or are you going the James Cook route?
No, it's Drake London. It's Drake London. I agree. James Cook is not as Buffalo. I don't see it as appealing as Atlanta here.
Tim, and I know you said yesterday on the stream you're a bigger fan of the James Cook landing spot than I think the guys who have spoken up so far. So are you going to go? Is it enough to pick him over Drake London in Atlanta here? Or are you still going Drake?
Yeah, I'm not optimistic about Atlanta as a prospect for just about anybody not named Kyle Pitts. And even then, I'm really nervous about a regression from this offense. I get that Drake London's a big guy, but I don't really want anything to do with Atlanta at this point. James Cook, you mentioned a lot of the pass catching, lots of great points there, but I like his opportunity to really extend the playbook for them out of the backfield. I'm excited to see what they do. We expect Josh Allen to be the guy that can always take those goal line rushes, and it's gonna happen, but you have to imagine that they don't want to break their quarterback. I have to imagine they're going to start slowly tapering that off, and I think James Cook has a lot of good opportunity there. So I'll take him. That's fine.
Yeah, I think we have seen Buffalo time and time again seem like they're continuing to address that running back position, even with Singletary on the roster through the draft. So there is upside to be had there, Tim. So I don't dislike that opinion right there. One vote for James Cook, and I see lots of people excited about that landing spot. We talked about it yesterday. Some people I've seen him drafted as high as 1-2, middle of the first round, end of the first round. We're seeing him get drafted, and I think it's solely because of Buffalo that we're seeing that right there. Joey, are you agreeing with Tim, or are you going with Drake London?
I'm going with Drake London. I don't think Singletary's going away this year. He might go away next year, but I really like the idea of Drake London and Kyle Pitts on two sides of the field. Because Kyle Pitts is a wide receiver, but two massive wide receivers. It's really cool to think about. He's gonna be very unique when it actually gets working. So yeah, I'm picking Drake London.
I'm also going to pick Drake London. I think Atlanta was a decent destination for him, and he was my highest rated wide receiver going in. So that's going to be enough to push him over James Cook for me. So Drake London is going to move on. In our next matchup, we've got two wide receivers going head to head against each other. And I think this is a fun one. JL, we've got Sky Moore in Kansas City or Jameson Williams in Detroit. Which of these is your preferred landing spot?
See, this is where it gets tricky.
This is tricky, right?
Yeah, because we're talking landing spot here. Kansas City is certainly more appealing. It's going to be more targets, higher quality targets. And Detroit. But I really do like Jameson Williams on that Detroit offense. I think I'm going to go Sky Moore here. I think I'm going to go along the lines here of like the title of the game, stay true to that, and go Sky Moore.
Well, it's not just the team, right? You have to look at like the other players on said team, the opportunity specifically for them, how the specific player will fit into that offense. It's not just the team landing spot. It is about fit as well. So I don't think you have to stay super true to like just which team would I rather the player be on. You can take the other things into consideration, but I don't disagree with the Sky Moore take. Tim, Sky Moore or Jameson Williams? Better landing spot.
I will take Jameson Williams here. I was really excited about him coming out of the draft. I was kind of bummed that he went to Detroit, but looking at the competition that he has there, it's leagues different than what Sky Moore is going against. So give me Jameson Williams. I think next year they'll probably take a quarterback, which is expected to be a better quarterback class. So, maybe reunites with Bryce Young next year. Could be a little kind of Joe Burrow kind of reunion, between Chase and Burrow. So
that would be fun.
That would be fun.
So we've got one vote each, one for Sky Moore, one for Jameson Williams. Joey, where are you going on this one?
I'm in The Godfather. They say never go against your family, but I'm going to go against my family. I'm going Sky Moore. My good friend Jay in the newsletter this week wrote about Sky Moore and how much he loved Kansas City, and how he doesn't need to replace Tyreek Hill, that he can step in and grab those short area intermediate targets and really succeed with it. And so I really like that. Shout out to Jay in the newsletter.
And man, this one's so tough for me. I think I'm gonna go Jameson Williams. I just like the opportunity to be the alpha in that offense. He has the opportunity that Sky Moore doesn't, to be the primary target. Not that he's going to, but I like that upside from a receiver that is that talented. So and I feel like he complements Amon-Ra in that offense well with his skill set. So I'll go with Jameson Williams, but this is a super close one. And Scott, that means you have the deciding vote. It is 2-2,
Great.
a tie. Who is going to move on to the next round?
A question that's been pretty polarizing on Twitter since the draft.
Yeah.
Going to piss off one side. So I'm a big Jameson Williams guy. I really like him. I think he's going to be an excellent NFL receiver. But if I'm looking this just literally as the question is asked, who had the better landing spot, I'm going to go with Sky Moore. I think I would certainly take Jameson Williams over Sky Moore in a rookie draft. I think he's going to be a better fantasy receiver over the course of his career than Sky Moore. But I'm taking Sky Moore just because, KC was one of the, as far as landing spot goes, it was one of the sought after, along with probably Green Bay, based on both opportunity and quarterback. So, and Jameson Williams, like I said, I hesitate to be like, a lot of people are like, oh, he went to the Lions. It's just this like autopilot. Yep. It's the Lions. But we autopiloted the Bengals for a while. I think both, Lions and the Jets, for that matter, are doing some pretty exciting things for their offenses. And I'm really trying to like shed that bias of like, oh, well, the team has been notoriously bad recently, so they can't be good now. All that being said, I'm taking Sky Moore landing spot wise.
There we go. Sky Moore moving on to the next round. Going to face off against Drake London in the second round.
The chat believes 60%. They voted 60% for Sky Moore.
Okay. Well. We're on the same side as the chat. Brooks in here saying the sky's the limit in Kansas City. Scott, what's up? Welcome. Glad to have you here.
What up, Scott?
We're going to move on to our next matchup. JL, you do not have the first vote in this one. Sorry for saying your name. Tim, you have the first vote in this one. It is going to be Chris Olave on the New Orleans or Breece Hall on the New York Jets. Which of these landing spots do you prefer?
I think it's Chris Olave by a mile for me. Lots of Michael Carter isn't going away, so we're going to expect to see some type of committee there. At least I'm expecting that. And then Chris Olave's got Michael Thomas, and that's about it. With Jameson. Gosh, Jameson. Gosh, I was going back to. I was like,
broken.
Jameson, no.
Jameson.
Winston.
Just the Winston in there.
With Winston thrown to him, I'm pretty excited about that. I think it's going to be an interesting offense, and I was actually pretty excited about that landing spot. So give me Olave.
One vote for Olave. Joey, where are you going on this one? Olave or Hall?
Yeah, my Olave love grows every day, I feel. I love the idea of what he can do with Jameis. Oh, you made me do it. With Jameis Winston. I really do. And I do think the Jets can have a good 1-2 punch with Breece Hall and Michael Carter. I do, but I just like that landing spot for Olave a lot better. I really wish Breece Hall would have gone to maybe the Texans or someone else. I really do.
Before the next vote, we have an important update. We ask you guys to let us know what your ads are. We want to see what kind of target audience
we need to know.
Scott got a Boy Scouts commercial and a Marsala commercial. Marsala,
Boy Scouts is concerning. No?
Were any of you ever a Boy Scout?
Yes.
Nope.
For one time.
I was a Cub Scout for one meeting, and then my dad and I left and looked at each other and agreed we are never going back there again. It just wasn't for us. I respect the people who do, but we left and we were like, yeah, that's not our crowd, is it?
Marsala is definitely our crowd.
Marsala sauce. Oh,
yeah.
that one checks.
We are Marsala fans for sure.
Tuck that in with the beans. That makes sense for our channel right there.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Legumes and Marsala.
Legumes.
This is my vote, and I am going to go Chris Olave.
Did you skip Joey?
Oh, Joey just voted Olave.
Oh, no, I agree with you, brother. We're good.
Okay.
We're back on the same page.
Yeah, okay. I'm gonna vote for Olave as well. You guys said it. I really love the idea of Jameis Winston throwing him the ball. I think that's a great fantasy quarterback for a wide receiver there. And there's a vacuum. We don't know what Michael Thomas is going to be. And Breece Hall, I'm sure he's going to do well with the Jets. I do expect him to take over the vast majority of that workload. He's a better receiver than Michael Carter, and that's where Michael Carter made his money. And I think he's a better runner than Michael Carter. But I'm still going to take the wide receiver on this New Orleans offense with James. I'm going to kill you. Yes. I'm done talking. Scott, try not to say Jameson and tell me who you're going to pick here. Is it Chris Olave or Breece Hall?
Quick, who's the quarterback of the Saints?
J. Winston.
Nailed it.
So I am going to follow the trend here. I think it's Olave. Breece Hall, love the talent, and I don't necessarily hate the landing spot, but I mean, they spent some draft capital on Michael Carter last year. I also don't think he's going away. I mean, Michael Carter is no Melvin Gordon, but we saw it with Javonte Williams last year. Old uber talented running back still ended up splitting work. The Jets are trying to build something. I don't think they're just going to draft Breece Hall and give him 400 carries. So, and Olave goes to a situation with Jameis Winston, and who knows how Michael Thomas is going to come back. I do like Callaway. I think he's a pretty talented receiver, but I think all the knocks. I mean, our good friend Dave Kluge tweeted out today, why does everybody hate Olave? And like, there are a lot of people with a lot of reasons that they're fading him. They think he got overdrafted, the whole senior declare issue because he stayed for his senior year. The fact that he can't break tackles, there are, he's not a perfect prospect, but I just think with Winston throwing the ball around, he's probably one of the more polished route runners coming out. I don't knock him as much for that senior declare. I mean, he turned it into being picked 11th overall. Yeah, like I'm not going to knock him that much. I know what the hit rates look like, but I'm still not going to fade him too much for that. So I just think he walks into a ton of opportunity.
Absolutely, JL. It's 4-0. So either way, Olave's moving on. But where does your vote go?
I'm going to go Breece Hall. I'm going to go Breece Hall here. Olave, I'm concerned. I think the Saints are Olave, Jameson. I think Olave, he has that whole Saints offense, the whole Saints team. I'm worried about their management and the direction they're heading. I don't know who the quarterback is going to be there long term. Breece Hall, this Jets team, they might look a little different than what you're used to. I think I put this in the newsletter. Like they have been making some offseason moves that look elite. So I think that the Jets are going to be making a nice turnaround here on their rebuild, and I think Breece Hall is in a perfect spot.
And maybe they'll reach 500.
Maybe
that's the dream, right? Then they can be on Monday Night Football next year if they can hit 500. So Chris Olave,
the chat does not agree with me. Just so you know, 87% Olave.
Okay, the chat's on the Olave side. That lines up just about with what we had right there. We had 80% Olave, chat at 87%. Our next matchup, and Joey, we are starting with you on this one. It is Kenneth Walker in Seattle or Garrett Wilson with the New York Jets. Another Jets player right here.
Yeah, so I'm actually going to go Garrett Wilson because Kenneth Walker, I mean, he's coming into a competition for the position. Whether it's Penny or if Carson can make it back, I don't know if he can. Kenneth Walker is going to face some competition where Garrett Wilson, I'm pretty sure, is going to be on the field week 1, opposite side of Elijah Moore. And then, I'm going Wilson here. It's JL just kind of said that the Jets are kind of building something kind of interesting. And, Zach Wilson might be especially in 2 quarterback leagues, somebody you might actually want to roster this year. If both Wilson and Moore are good this season, I mean, Wilson's going to at least have a good floor.
Yeah. And Joey, I'm just going to piggyback off what you said, or not even piggyback. I'm just going to say what Joey said. You hit on all the points I was going to hit on with Garrett Wilson. And so that's why I'm selecting Garrett Wilson as well. Ditto, Joey. Also, Jay, I just need to address this. Not always. I can think of a couple of times they didn't win.
I can think of
one or two. There was 31-0. I forgot about that one.
It's with the score.
Scott,
damn, son.
We are coming to you now. Is it going to be Kenneth Walker in Seattle or Garrett Wilson with New York with the Jets?
Got to make sure I don't homer this one, being a Seahawks guy. So I look at this as far as the competition being walked into. I actually think it's fairly proportionate, the competition each of these are walking into, because personally, I don't have any inside knowledge here, but I think the fact that the Seahawks spent a 2nd-round pick on Kenneth Walker is the writing on the wall for Chris Carson. The talk around Chris Carson is still just very fishy. Not fishy. It's very vague and cloudy. I've said it before. It really reminds me of how it went for Cam Chancellor when he left with a stinger, a neck injury, and then ended up retiring. So I think it's going to be the Kenneth Walker and Rashad Penny show. And I think Kenneth Walker walking in, competing with just Rashad Penny is about the same as Garrett walking in, competing with Elijah Moore. Corey Davis is not dead. He got hurt last year, but he's still a fairly effective receiver. I still think Garrett Wilson is the best receiver in this draft. I just think it's closer. The Seahawks also inexplicably solved actual team needs during the draft. And they bolstered their offensive line with early round picks, with early capital. Granted, the 2 tackles they took are more known for pass protection rather than run protection. I don't care. They picked some athletic offensive linemen early in a draft, which is great. So, man, this one is razor thin for me. But I'm going to go just I'm going to be a homer. I'm going with Kenneth Walker. I'm going with Kenneth Walker. I mean, another knock on Walker is just like the Seahawks offense is going to be terrible. And I agree, it's going to be terrible. It's similar to, I think, Atlanta, similar to New Orleans, but I don't think that necessarily for fantasy purposes completely knocks these guys off the list. I think it's going to be a run heavy scheme. And I think Kenneth Walker is going to get tons of work as a rookie. So I'm going with Kenneth Walker.
One vote for Kenneth Walker, and I don't blame you for that one, Scott. I think this is much closer than maybe was illustrated with Joey and I's votes. JL, I'm curious where you're going to go here. Are you more in line with Scott, or are you more in line with Joey and myself? Kenneth Walker or Garrett Wilson?
I completely agree that this is razor thin. I think these guys are back to back in terms of like the landing spot when I'm trying to evaluate them. The tiebreaker for me is going to be opportunities, and I think Kenneth Walker is just going to have more opportunity in his early career, in his first year or two. So I'm going to go Kenneth Walker.
And Tim, you get put into your favorite position. You get to determine which player moves on to the next round.
Yeah, it's Kenneth Walker.
Kenneth Walker.
Yeah, I mean, Scott made all the points. Jo made a couple of points, I guess. So.
He says, I guess.
So Kenneth Walker is going to move on to the next round.
The chat agrees 55% Kenneth Walker.
55%.
Okay. 55%.
And NBA says if Breece Hall plus Garrett Wilson are both boom, are the Jets still finishing 4th in the AFC East division? I think they're going to be a better team this year. JL, you hit on it multiple times, but they could still finish 4th, but I think they're going to be a much better team.
Yeah.
I think that's where we're all at with them right here. Guys, we're going to move on to our next matchup, and I have the first vote on this one. It is Drake London in Atlanta or Sky Moore in Kansas City. All the Sky Moore ones are tough for me, right? Because, like, you want wide receivers, you want pass catchers for Patrick Mahomes, but I have less confidence that Sky Moore is going to get the level of opportunity in that offense that Drake London is going to get in a worse offense in Atlanta. So it's a matter of, do I want the lower opportunities but of higher quality, or what I view as more opportunities but less quality? And I think with the tiebreaker, I'm just going to go with what I view as the talent of the player. I'm going to go with Drake London here. His talent combined with the vacuum there in Atlanta at his position, I think makes it a better landing spot for him for fantasy purposes in the immediate. But this might be the closest one yet. And these are two very odd situations to kind of compare to each other. I feel like they're very different in where the upside lies for each of these players. Scott, where are you going on this one? Drake London or Sky Moore?
I'm going Drake London here as well. You made the points I was pretty much going to make. I think they both ended up in excellent landing spots. So for me, the talent level is a factor here. I think Drake London's a better receiver. And they're even with the delta in quarterback talent between the two teams, Drake London's going to have more opportunity. I mean, you've got Juju Smith-Schuster. I think a lot of the Sky Moore hype, the knee-jerk Sky Moore hype is Tyreek Hill traded, Sky Moore drafted, Sky Moore, Tyreek Hill. And I don't think it's necessarily – I mean, it may become something like that, but I don't think it's going to be like that year one.
Yeah.
So I'm going London here.
2 votes for London. John Luke, is it London or is it Sky Moore?
Give me London as well.
3 votes for Drake London. Tim?
Yeah, it's Drake London for me. Way too many mouths to feed in KC. Like they added so many people this offseason. It's actually kind of wild.
Well, and I think Josh Gordon's still there, right? So
Yep.
we haven't even considered that. We always got to talk about Josh Gordon.
Yeah. I mean, what? Juju, MVS, Nicole,
Kelce.
Travis Kelce. Like,
That's
That's
the layer.
right there, and then
Justin Watson's.
Michael
Justin Ross.
Crabtree's there.
Yeah, and then the undrafted free agent Justin Ross as well. Though I don't think really with an undrafted free agent until you see it, we probably don't need to factor that in. Unfortunately,
Yeah, but we know how
my
good
hope
he is.
I hope we will have to. I love Justin
that
Ross
guy
as a
so
prospect,
hard.
but I'm going to need to see it before I start factoring in. It'll just be late round shots on Justin Ross. Joey, it's 4-0. Are you going to make this a sweep, or are you voting for Sky Moore?
Since it doesn't matter what I say, I'm just going to say, guys, get a pedicure sometime. It actually feels pretty good. It's Drake London.
Okay, 5-0 for Drake London.
I've never gotten one.
They're great. Yeah.
Are they?
I prefer a manicure, but I don't like people touching my feet. It freaks me out. But a manicure is really nice to give you.
I get the one with the little fishes eat your dead skin.
Ooh. Ooh, that's
By the way, just to change the topic here, the chat 100%,
I'm sorry.
100% agrees Drake London. Not a single person voted Sky Moore.
Hey.
And Dave said, stop talking about Josh Gordon. Never. I will never stop talking about Josh Gordon. We're going to move on to our next matchup. And Scott, we're back to you first on this one. It is Chris Olave versus Kenneth Walker in our other semifinal matchup. Who's it going to be?
It's interesting. The three players left are all on teams that are supposed to have crappy offenses.
Yeah.
This one is tough, man. Because with the Seahawks, another knock on the Seahawks, and I saw a question in the chat a second ago about Penny's skill set, whether he's more versatile. I mean, the Seahawks were bottom of the barrel as far as running back targets and catches last year, and they have been for a few years. I mean, Penny, I think Damian Harris might be the only starter that had less, targets per game than Penny as far as the running back position goes. And Kenneth Walker, I think Kenneth Walker is more versatile than Penny, honestly. I think the lack of receptions in college for Walker is a little bit overblown. I don't think that the system was targeting him. I don't think it means he can't catch. And I mean, this isn't a new narrative. This is a pretty common rebuttal to people that say he can't catch. And then Olave in New Orleans, this one is tough. Well, because it's razor thin and I can do what I want, I'm going to pick Kenneth Walker because I'm a Seahawks fan.
Let's go.
I know you made Tim happy with that one. JL, are you going with Chris Olave or are you going with Kenneth Walker here?
I'm going to go Kenneth Walker as well. I'm just going to default to the running back here. And, the whole point about opportunities.
There we go. Tim, Kenneth Walker or Chris Olave?
I wasn't expecting it to go this way, but yeah, I was going to go Kenneth Walker too.
Well,
Sorry,
Kenneth Walker's already won it, but Joey, where's your vote going to go?
I mean, I want to give one to Chris Olave. It is razor thin. I really like his opportunity coming up this season. And I need to look into Kenneth Walker. And I mean, if Chris Carson's not in the mix, like Scott says, if he truly is not, I mean, it's a much clearer path for him. So. Oh.
Uh-oh.
So Tim's still moving.
Yeah.
Scott's still moving. Simon's frozen.
Whoa, Simon, calm down.
Oh my God. It's terrifying. I know something very unsettling about his expression.
Yeah.
I'm just going to go ahead and remove him.
See you later, Simon.
It's like the Blair Witch Project.
Yeah.
Ugh.
I like this comment here. Mr. Scamper said, if the Pats finish last, what will happen?
I will be so happy, Mr. Scampers.
What do you guys think?
Yeah, I was gonna
from
make
the
that
rooftop.
comment earlier when we were talking about the Jets finishing fourth. I was gonna say, well, they might edge out the Patriots.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I don't know.
What's the likelihood, Joey?
I feel the Jets or the Patriots will finish fourth. I don't see. I think the Dolphins are going to be fantastic this year, and the Bills are the Bills. So
Yeah. It's kind of becoming a pretty fun division.
Yeah, it really is.
it is. Yeah,
I wish
like
it
we're
wasn't
talking
fun.
the AFC West, but AFC East.
Except
Yeah.
for the boring Patriots.
Except for the boring Patriots.
So
Yeah, but they're
boring.
kind of like the interesting like character in the mix. You know what I mean? Like there's not many franchises like the Patriots.
No, that's true. And I mean,
Yeah.
just wait till how shocked we'll be with how fast Thornton is as he's not being targeted every draft.
I just drafted him in my rookie draft today or yesterday.
Where?
We'll see. Third.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, 3-7, I think.
I'm fine with that.
And Dame said Tom Brady buys the team and fires Billy Boy. When do you guys think Bill Belichick is gonna retire? Call it quits. How many years of Bill Belichick do we have left?
Gosh, I hope not many.
I think he makes a
I
decision.
honestly have no idea. No clue.
No clue. No, not even a guess.
No,
What if I
really don't.
over under 30
I
years?
thought Brady would be done by now. So, I mean, I just don't know. Over under what?
30 years. 30 more years.
30 more years?
Oh, under.
Yeah.
At least.
Okay,
Ah,
20,
God,
20
you
more
hit
years.
hit it right on the nose. What do you call it when you in the game when you pick the exact same answer? What do you guys call that?
Oh, Queen Bee.
Correct.
Yeah, I'll Queen Bee
yeah,
that.
Queen
30
Bee.
years.
Well, he's gonna get like download his head into a robot and fully
Yeah.
become who he's born to be.
I thought
And
that
he'll
already
coach
happened.
forever. Oh,
It's gonna be it's gonna like be on a flip phone though. Like that's what will be hosted.
yeah.
It's the only way you can access it.
I can't ever see the Patriots firing him. I'll say that.
Yeah.
Like,
No,
I
They
don't-
can't.
he'll leave on his terms.
be funny if he went back to Cleveland to finish out his career.
Scott saying Belichick wants to break Shula's record and then retire.
That's
Maybe.
okay.
And Jay said he'll be dead in 30 years.
Aw.
Damn. R.I.P.
Well, not his downloaded head.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And we got NBA in here saying Penny 8 yards a catch plus 6.6 yards a run in the last 6 games. I have no doubt Seattle will run him to the ground this season. He's very talented as long as he is on the field. Keep that in mind. So Scott, as a Seahawks fan, what are the game scripts going to be like for the Seahawks this week? Like, what is this offense gonna look like? Is it going to be just like straight run heavy? If you were to,
I think it's going to be. I think obviously for the last decade, the Seahawks have been known as just this ultra run heavy, kind of bend not break defense, run heavy offense. And over the last few years, it's kind of skewed more. It's not that it's been pass happy, but there's been more passing, and it's been out of need because the defense has been worse and been playing more catch up, and things haven't gone well. So I think they're trying to get back. For better or for worse, I think they're trying to get back to a more run heavy approach.
Right.
And to be honest, I'm okay with that this year with Drew Lock at quarterback. I don't mind him handing the ball off more times than not. But I agree. Penny is a good running back. I love that he stayed healthy. And that obviously is a big question with him. Will he stay healthy?
right.
But beyond this next year, I mean, Walker is their running back of the future. I don't think you draft. I mean, that's what they thought about Penny. The problem is that the Seahawks have not hit on a running back they drafted. I don't remember the last time they did.
Yeah.
Lynch was a trade. And then you've got the Kristen Michaels and, Rashad
The
Pennies
chosen one.
of the world.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, I think I have I'm just traumatized from their last first round pick.
they've had a lot of bad drafts. So
You did say something gross there, Scott.
what did I say?
You said Drew Lock is a starting quarterback, and I almost threw up.
Oh,
Like
not
that's
my
going to
opinion,
happen. Like that's happening.
I mean, as if the season started today, they'd lose badly in the first game if it was today, and Drew Lock would be the starter. I don't know. I mean, something else could happen. Could
Do you
be
feel
Baker.
like Gino might sneak in there?
I don't think so.
No. Okay.
No, I'm not that far down on Drew Lock.
Okay.
Guys, I apologize for that. The power just cut out randomly here.
Oh,
and
weird.
then it came back, and now I'm back, and the internet's back up. But we
Damn
have
hackers.
our championship matchup on this one. I would have had the last vote, and I was voting for Chris Olave, but it didn't matter. Kenneth Walker was moving on to the championship round here. And JL, you've got the first vote on our championship matchup. Drake London in Atlanta or Kenneth Walker in Seattle. What's it going to be?
I have to go with Drake London in Atlanta.
One vote for Drake London. Timothy?
I'll go Kenneth Walker. I mean, Ridley should come back in a year, so the offense could be fun then. But again, I really don't know what to expect this season out of the Falcons. So
One vote
for the
Kenneth
Seahawks,
Walker.
it's a gross one.
Joey, what about you? Drake London or Kenneth Walker?
It's Drake London for me. I do think he's gonna have a good year. So yeah, it's London.
As much as I would love to put this to Scott for the final match, I can't in good conscience vote against what I want to vote. So I'm going to vote Drake London here, which means Drake London is going to win. But Scott, where's your vote going to go? Is it going to go Drake
I
London?
mean,
or
when
is
I
it gonna
first saw this bracket earlier today, I kind of assumed Kenneth Walker would be done in the first round, but his Cinderella run ends now. I would pick Drake London here as well. To me at this point, we've got two players both on teams that are supposed to struggle, and in that case, I'll take the receiver in negative game scripts over the running back. And I really like Drake London. I think he's going to be a phenomenal receiver in the NFL.
I'm with you. So, guys, Drake London was the winner of our best rookie landing spot of the running backs and wide receivers right here. And that means we are going to move on to our next bracket, the very important one, the Mario Characters Battle Royale. We're going to be talking about these characters if they were fighting head-to-head, who would come out on top in a death match. The 8 characters we're going to be talking about are Mario, Toad, Bowser, Yoshi, Waluigi, King Boo, Birdo, and Luigi. Our first matchup, Scott, is going to be – or no, yeah, we'll start with you, Scott. Is going to be Mario versus Toad. Who would win in a fight between Mario and Toad?
Oh, man. Like I was talking about before the show, a lot of my Mario is earlier on in the franchise, and I think back to Super Mario 2. And so I'm just going to use that for my vote here, because why the hell not? In that game, Mario was pretty normal. He couldn't really do anything special. He was just kind of all around. Toad was very strong. He could. Mm-hmm. It was a weird concept they went with in Mario 2. It was unlike any other Mario game they did. But his deal was he was very strong. So I'm picking Toad.
1 vote for Toad, the 8th seed already. Tim, are you going with Toad or are you going with Mario?
Oh, it's Toad by a mile. Yeah, he's a mythical being, that one. I mean, you see all the damage he takes and just redirects it at Peach's request. Mario doesn't do that. Mario just loses Peach and then tries to get her back, I guess. But Toad's there. Toad's a real goat.
2 votes for Toad to start it off. Not how I saw this one starting. JL, are you going to continue the Toad love or are you voting for Mario?
My hatred for Mario and my suspicions of Mario are well documented. You can go back and find all of my diatribes. Mario is a sociopath. And so you would think I would go Toad here because I want to destroy Mario. But I don't know that Toad can defeat someone as cruel and manipulative as Mario. So I'm going to have to go Mario here.
You guys have just bought into the Luigi propaganda against Mario.
There's no Luigi propaganda.
There's no Luigi propaganda.
There's no Luigi propaganda, friend.
Oh, just
Luigi's
wait till my
worst.
Luigi rant.
I can't wait.
God.
I'm with you,
Yeah.
Simon.
No.
1 vote for Mario. Joey, are you going with Mario or Toad?
Mario is a trash human being. Toad, I was 100% going to say what Scott said. Toad is strong. And Toad Treasure Hunter, great game, by the way.
Toad is a delight.
But Toad he helps you through the games. He's like, hey, look over here. Toad is there to help a friend. And he's strong as AF.
Yeah.
It's Toad.
Yeah.
Another vote for Toad, which means Toad is going to
support
move on.
that as well.
And I'm going to vote for Mario here. I just feel like put him in a room together. Mario's going to beat him in a fight. But I do love Toad. Like, who do I like more? If this was a who do you like more bracket, I would vote Toad.
Of course.
By the way, I looked up. I googled JL Mario to look for your diatribes.
Did you find him?
No, I just found some guy named JL Mario on Facebook.
What a name, JL.
I followed him. We'll see.
We'll see.
Our next matchup, Tim, you've got the first vote in this one. It is Bowser versus Yoshi. Who would win in this fight, Bowser or Yoshi?
I want to say Yoshi, but Bowser is scary and Yoshi is squishy, so it's probably gonna be Bowser.
1 vote for Bowser from Tim. He's scary versus squishy. Scary wins. JL, are you going Bowser or Yoshi?
Bowser is a little bitch. I'm just gonna say that. All right. Bowser acts tough. He puffs out his chest. He's harmless. He can't ever get the job done. I'm going Yoshi. Yoshi is super smart. One of the best characters in the Mario universe. Yoshi's gonna pull this one out.
Can I just
that
say,
being
like,
the egg?
I can't remember the last time I felt like this, like emotionally tense on stage.
Just
when
wait till we
we're
get to
talking about Mario characters.
so
Like,
Yeah, JL
1
has
vote for Yoshi.
JL has
Joey
big feelings on this.
he
Listen,
does.
Yoshi is probably the 2nd most delightful character in the Mario series next to Toad. Or he might be better than Toad.
You're so smart. You're so smart, Joey.
I love Yoshi. He's pleasant. He eats apples. But in a fight, I'm sorry, Bowser can shoot fire out of his mouth. He's bigger.
Not just his mouth.
Yeah. Yeah. I had to pick Bowser. I'm sorry. I love you, Yoshi. You're a dinosaur. How am I going against a dinosaur? But isn't Bowser kind of a dinosaur too?
Yeah,
Okay. Bowser. I'm sorry, Yoshi.
I resent the way you pitched your argument, but I'm going to end in the same place. Bowser is not a bitch. Bowser is very strong. He's a bad guy, but he's a very strong bad guy. Yoshi, on the other hand, I'm going to go speed versus power here, and that speed is going to win. Yoshi is fast, and Yoshi can roll around on that little egg.
What's he going
Just
to
like
do?
plotting Bowser isn't going to be able to keep up with them. He'll start throwing eggs at him, exploding eggs like in Yoshi's Island. I think Yoshi has the stamina to win this fight, so I'm going to vote Yoshi here, which means, Scott, it's up to you. Who's going to win this fight, Bowser or Yoshi?
Yeah, when I saw this earlier, I definitely thought this was a who do you like better. So this one was much easier at that point.
Yeah.
Who would win in a fight if it was just the two mano a mano? It's hard to pick Bowser in this situation because, like, the purpose of the game, at least the early ones I played, I always beat Bowser. So all the characters I was were stronger than Bowser because that was the whole deal. I sucked if I didn't beat Bowser. But in this case, if we're just talking about a one-on-one fight, I love Yoshi. I think he was one of the best additions to this franchise early on. The first time I saw him, when I played Mario World, I was just like, oh my God, look at this. But I'm going to go with Bowser in a fight.
Yeah.
R.I.P. Yoshi, he dies. And our next matchup, one of my favorite matchups here. I think this is a really fun one. We've got Waluigi versus King Boo. And JL, you've got the first vote here. Who is going to win in this fight, Waluigi or King Boo?
Oh my God, Waluigi? Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Has Waluigi won anything? I feel like
he beat me in tennis a couple times on the Switch.
Tennis.
Yeah, it's those long legs. Can't beat those long legs. King Boo is gonna just wreck Waluigi. Waluigi doesn't stand a chance. If you ever played Mario Party, you know King Boo. Oh, did I lose? Did I come back? I'm back. My camera just stopped working there for a second. Yeah, if you played any of the Mario parties, you know King Boo just wrecks Waluigi. You just take stars night and day. So I'm going King Boo.
One vote for King Boo. Joey, where are you going? Waluigi or King Boo?
So I hate King Boo with a passion, but I'm going to tell you something. In Luigi's Mansion 3, which is probably my favorite Luigi's Mansion games because it's the best character in Mario, you can only beat King Boo with lightning at the end of the game. That's not a spoiler. I mean, that's how you have to beat him. Can you beat him? You'll find out. But as far as I know, Waluigi cannot summon lightning himself. And King Boo is a ghost. So Waluigi will come up and try to punch King Boo, and King Boo will go, laugh. You know, I can't do the King Boo laugh, but you can't beat up a ghost because you'd punch their... It's King Boo. King Boo would win this fight.
I hear your logic, and I hear everything being said. But I think one of King Boo's primary tactics of defeating the opponents is fear. You have to be scared of the ghost. And I don't think Waluigi's scared of anything. He doesn't
He's scared of one thing, I can tell you.
Simon, next time you play Mario Party, watch as soon like that. There's like a
this
moment.
isn't a
There's
fight
like a
to the
split.
steal the stars. This is a fight to the death.
There's a split second. Right before King Boo takes the star. Waluigi is shivering because he's terrified.
No, he's just really cold.
He's
King Boo
terrified.
Brings a draft with him. If anything, he just needs a sweater.
Most of his games are played on an island or a birthday cake. He's not cold. Get with it, Simon.
Look how thin he is.
He's scared of not having a star anymore.
Ice cream cake.
I do like your logic of him being thin and being cold. I understand.
I just want you guys to know also, according to the Mario Wiki, Waluigi can spin fast enough to drill at least 500 meters into the earth in a half hour. If he can spin that fast, he can just use that wind to gust King Boo away.
Or hide
if there's one thing I learned in high school, you can't source a wiki. No way.
Oh, this isn't high school. This is the Front Yard Fantasy stream, and I can source the wiki.
High school.
Scott, where are you going here? Waluigi or King Boo?
Let's see. I'm going to go King Boo. That's cool and all that Waluigi can drill down like that. But if it's not, like Joey said, if it's not creating any lightning, he's not winning. And I saw it in the chat a little bit, and Joey touched on it. And he's a ghost. What are you going to do?
How can you be a ghost?
How can you be a ghost?
Tim,
my good
King
friend
Boo's
Dave.
going to move on. You know what? I know who can beat a ghost, and I pray to God he doesn't freaking even make it to face King Boo.
Oh, he will.
But Tim, where are you going, Waluigi or King Boo?
I was gonna go with Waluigi. The dude's a straight up maniac. I don't trust it. Like, I get that King Boo is like a ghost, but Waluigi is just absolutely unhinged, and he'll find a way.
And Dave wants to know, why do they call him Waluigi? Because Wooigi sounds really weird. So they, instead of just replacing the end like they did in Mario, they couldn't just call him Wooigi.
It's a Ouija board.
Luigi is too close to Wu-Tang, so no.
There we go. King Boo.
Who do you think would win in a fight between King Boo and Sam Darnold?
King Boo, without a doubt. Sam Darnold cannot drill into the earth 500 meters, so he's immediately disqualified.
He needs to be drilled on the bench for 500 meters.
Joey, you've got the first vote on this one. This is Birdo versus Luigi. Where is your vote going?
I'm going to save the Birdo rant for JL because this is his.
We need to save a good 15 minutes for that.
But I want to just profess my love for the greatest Mario character.
God,
the one that has come up against the most adversity from having to live in someone's tiny ass shadow for so long.
Narcissistic shadow. Even.
Oh, so narcissistic.
It's a very narcissistic shadow.
Simon, it is my time to speak. Please be quiet. Mute yourself. There's a little button. Mute yourself. Luigi is the greatest character in all of Mario. He can beat all of these I'm picking Luigi every round, so just get ready for it, folks. I love Luigi. Luigi's Mansion 3, family fun, but also a little spooky. Luigi could take down a ghost. He could take down Mario. It's Luigi.
Okay, my turn. Luigi is a bitch. Luigi is a bitch that Mario has to watch over his entire
life. You watch your mouth.
Mario
watch your mouth,
responsible for taking care of Luigi. Super Mario Galaxy, you save Luigi, and all of a sudden, like, Luigi's going to help you get more stars. And then you get a message like, oh no, Luigi got captured again and needs to be saved. And that's the story every single time. Luigi tries to help. He just gets in the freaking way, and Mario has to go save his ass. Mario's the one you should feel bad for. It's not Luigi living in his brother's shadow. It's Mario dragging his brother along with him. It's like when you're a little kid and like your parents like, no, you have to let your kid play. You have to let your little sibling play with you. Like they know they get to play the video games. They get to be part of it. That's Luigi. And he has dragged Mario down at every corner. He makes his adventures more difficult. Luigi is a nightmare of a human being, and I hate him. And I don't love Birdo, but Birdo would just suck him up into her mouth and kill Luigi. He'd probably run away while peeing his pants and then just call Mario. If Mario's not allowed to help him in this fight, he's not going to get past a single person. Maybe a ghost, but I'm not even. He didn't get the ghost in the first round. So, Luigi, I hate you.
Wow.
Scott, Birdo or Luigi?
It's at the top. So I'll talk about Birdo first. It's not Birdo. Birdo, again, a lot of my stuff harkens back to Super Mario 2, and Birdo is just this predictable mini boss that blows eggs at you, that move as fast as bubbles. Very, very easy to beat. And Luigi, in that same game, there was a level with waterfalls where you had to jump across fish, which was an insanely hard level. But with Luigi, you could do the little hyper jump and just jump the gap because he could jump so far. So again, that's as deep as I'm going with it. Luigi.
Mm-hmm.
2 votes for Luigi, apparently. Tim?
Birdo is
Simon.
Absolutely terrifying, and Luigi is one of the worst characters in all of fiction. I think if you, I can't believe we're related, Joey. Honestly, it's an absolute tragedy. Luigi is just an absolute bumbling buffoon, stupid character, worth nothing. He can't do anything. He just looks. God, I hate him so much. It's Birdo. I'm going to get too angry. I have to save some of it because Luigi's definitely going to make it. This sucks.
Yeah, JL, we know how this is going, but you want to give us a little bit of insight into why you're making the decision you're making?
I feel like Simon and Tim are both that archetype character, and like right in every sitcom where it's the older brother who hates the younger brother, and you're just
I am a younger brother,
being
dude.
A total jerk to him. And then by the end of the episode, you guys are going to come around because you're going to realize that it's a blessing.
I can't believe you started a company with these two.
Yeah, like all I heard was just bullying. You're just bullying. Yeah. You're bullying Luigi for trying to help you out and putting himself in danger like that. That's noble.
Well, sometimes the best way to help someone is by not helping. It's frustrating when people help.
Such a Mario answer. That's
such
a Mario answer.
Not doing shit is Mario's job.
Yeah, Mario's just he's
just been the protagonist of every Mario game. That's not too much.
Yeah, narcissist right there. Narcissist. And name an entire series after yourself.
Friendships are ending during this show.
I'm going with Luigi here.
Birdo would kick Luigi's ass, and we all know it.
I've beaten Birdo with Luigi many times.
Many times.
Many times.
Well, let me get behind the controller of Birdo, and I'll show you.
You can't play as Birdo.
She wouldn't mind.
Wow.
Guys, today we are now moving on to our next matchup. We'll have more time to talk about Luigi. Birdo's out, but we'll have more time to talk about Luigi. Toad versus Bowser in this one, and I've got the first vote.
Mr. Scamper said, I didn't know Simon hated it so much. When taller, younger people have more success than older, shorter people.
Yeah, those are the details I explicitly hate
really
about it.
grinds
Yeah.
his gears.
Yeah, that is specifically what bothers
that
me about
scenario
Luigi versus
just
Mario.
gets him.
Yeah, that's the one. Just that combo of short and young, or tall and young, is just almost too much to overcome. I'm gonna go Bowser here. Toad's just like, I like Toad, but he's just too cute and little probably to face off against Bowser. I don't see it going well for him. Scott, are you going Bowser or Toad?
Yeah, I mean, again, with the premise of the question, who wins in a fight to the death? It's Bowser.
Bowser 2-0. Tim?
So I hear you, but I don't know what kind of mushroom Toad's messing with. I think he could very much. Maybe Bowser doesn't like mushrooms, or maybe he's allergic to mushrooms. So just being in the same room as Toad is already a death sentence. So give me Toad.
1 vote for Toad. JL?
Yeah, I'm going to go Toad as well.
So, Joey, you get to decide this one. Toad or Bowser? Who's moving on to the next round?
I have a question. Does Bowser have a wife or a lady in his life other than stealing other people's women?
He wishes.
Bowser is a character that appears at some points in the show.
So
or in the
here,
game.
I'm going to go Bowser because he doesn't have anything to lose. Toad, he's got a family. He's got Toadette. And I think Toad would back away before anything got too crazy for the love of his wife and for the love of his family. Even though Toad is strong, Bowser's fighting with nothing to lose. And one person I don't want to fight is somebody with nothing to lose. So I'm voting Bowser.
Bowser is moving on to the
real quick,
matchup.
I want to add a caveat to Tim's point. If Bowser is deathly allergic to Toad, I would change my answer to Toad.
Yeah, that'd be pretty hard to overcome.
Our next matchup, we've got King Boo versus Luigi. And Scott, I believe we are back to you with the first vote on this one, if I'm not mistaken. Is it going to be King Boo or is it going to be Luigi?
I'm going King Boo again.
No. Oh, fucking shit.
I did.
Yes! Tim, are you going King Boo or Luigi?
King Boo!
King Boo. JL?
Woo!
I'm pretty sure, Joey, correct me if I'm wrong, Luigi beats King Boo in
handedly
Luigi's Mansion. So
that's the climax
Luigi.
of the game.
Yeah. It's just historical fact at this point.
Joey? King Boo
I
or
am
Luigi?
so sad. I said the F word on the show. Now we got to put that little thing at the bottom of the screen, like parental advisory.
No more Boy Scouts commercials. For
No,
us.
no more Boy Scouts for commercials for us.
That
Just
ship sailed
straight
a while ago.
hardcore pornography. So I am. I thought he froze on the gritting of the teeth. It's Luigi. I mean, he's the greatest. He's beaten King Boo. He can beat Bowser. I've beaten Bowser with Luigi. In Luigi's Mansion. Listen, Simon brought up how Mario has to carry Luigi to the end of the game. Like, oh, you got to help him. In Luigi's Mansion, everyone gets kidnapped, and Luigi goes from floor to floor, 15 floors, to the point where you're like, man, this game's going on a really long time.
Maybe too long.
Yeah. And Luigi saves them all. But at the very end, Mario comes in and tries to take the glory and then still gets captured a second time. It's Luigi. Go ahead, Simon. Say whatever bullshit you're going to say, even though you're wrong.
Finish him, Simon.
Joey, I hate Luigi with every fiber of my being. I think I agree with him, one of the worst characters in all of fiction. He is a monster of a human who
You can pull it off,
plays
Simon.
the victim at all times. I hate Luigi, but
Don't give me hope.
there is one character on this bracket that Luigi has a positive matchup against, and that is the Ghost. I will not go against the lore of Luigi's Mansion, and despite my hatred for him,
I respect the hell
this
out of that.
specific match goes to my least favorite character of all time, Luigi.
Simon, you have
He's gonna
my-
go to the final.
My respect for you has gone to an all-time high.
Yes.
I
Simon,
hate him. I hate every part of that.
But you have
But
integrity.
I'm
and I
not going to
respect
go
that.
against what I think
Yes.
is the true answer there. Luigi would beat
I
King
respect
Boo in a
that.
fight. Oh, God, I feel dirty after making that vote. That's
You should.
disgusting.
Tim, he
Tim,
turned his back on you.
We are in our championship matchup, and somehow Luigi's here. And by somehow, I mean I did it. I'm sorry.
You did it.
Bowser versus Luigi. Who's going to win in this fight?
Whose turn is it?
It's your turn, Tim.
Oh, God damn it. I want Bowser to rip Luigi limb from limb. I want it to be a slow and violent death. I want to see his arms strung out like little noodles.
Dear Lord.
And
I have to turn monetization off on this video.
roast him over an open flyer and call it a day.
An open
In all
flyer.
reality, this this is Bowser tournament, man. It's a bloodbath all the way through. So I tried to get Bowser out with some nonsense last round, but this round Luigi stands zero chance. None.
JL, Bowser, Luigi, 1v1 death match. Who's coming away with the victory?
Every single time I play Mario Party, Luigi beats Bowser. Every single time, without fail. So I gotta go. Luigi, and I know probably won't win, but this is for you, brother Luigi.
Joey, Luigi or Bowser?
So we talked about how wonderful Luigi is and all the great things he can do. And we've talked about how mean Bowser is. But let me tell you what, in Mario Kart, there is no meaner stare than the stare that Luigi gives when he passes you for the win. And if you've seen the stare, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Luigi is a badass. He's here to take names and take heads. It's Luigi all day. I've beaten Bowser Luigi many times. He's not even a playable character in Mario Party. It's Luigi. Simon.
Well, he actually is a playable character on the Wii U version of Mario Party in the
Who has a Wii U?
Bowser match. Not me, but I've
That
played
was their
did I-
first console. Ugh.
Wii U was under the Wii U walked so the Switch could run. Let's give the Wii U some respect. I'm going to vote for Bowser here, and this is solely spite. I hate Luigi. Scott, it is 2-2. You get to decide the winner of this bracket. Do you want to be friends with me and Tim, or do you want to be friends with JL and Joey? That is the decision you're making right here. Bowser or Luigi?
I respect you either way, Scott.
I think you guys could get some sponsorship money. This whole bracket could serve as like a warning to kids. Like, if you think you may have played too much Mario Brothers in your life,
This might happen.
this is kind of what it looks like. I'm gonna go with.
Oh no,
God. I don't feel good.
I'm going with Luigi here because he definitely yeah.
Let's go.
I don't
It's
like
Luigi
Bowser, so
time.
so I'm going with the player I like better. I'm sorry that we're no longer friends, Simon. Tim
no,
left.
we can still be
so-
friends. I think
He's not
Tim's
Tim.
done with you. I think Tim's out on the friend thing. But Scott, I'll still
Tim
He
had to
always
turn his.
comes
Simon,
back, Scott. He always
I'm
comes
blaming.
back.
This
He
is as
always
much
comes
on
back.
you as it is on all the other people that voted for him. And
You're right. I could have
you
ended
did
this. I could have ended this, but I didn't. The integrity of the game allowed me to let Luigi get to this position, and
Well, and I
Luigi
think-
has won.
I think Luigi winning this bracket fits the theme of the post-draft dynasty fantasy landscape, with everybody just going at each other's throats with their takes.
Yes.
So I think it's just kind of fitting that like a very controversial character wins this bracket.
Simon, can I say something about you?
No,
This is
No, I'm
about
going to.
you.
It's really nice. Like, I know you're a Big Brother fan, and what you have done is you have played the game correctly. You have not let your personal feelings get involved. You voted for the best player and the best
all of
situation
yours are personal feelings.
and the best matchup. So in the
I
moment
was
that
not a
you could
bitter
have
jury.
picked
I was not a
King
bitter
Boo,
jury member.
you were not. Yeah, exactly. You played exactly how you should have played.
Well, thank you for the Big Brother compliment.
Yeah.
I
This is
appreciate it.
ridiculous.
Tim, we'll have a vent session later about all of this Luigi nonsense. But guys, through the power of brackets, we have determined that Drake London is our favorite landing spot of the rookie wide receivers and running backs that we talked about today. And Luigi, a true underdog story, came through and won the Mario Battle
He's
Royale.
all our favorites. He's the favorite of everybody
Yep.
here.
This
Tim
entire
loves
group.
him.
Yeah, all
Unanimous.
5 of us, if you average it all
Unanimous.
together, it's an above average feeling towards Luigi, I
We
think.
wish there was a color called Luigi Green.
We were all anonymous.
We were all anonymous. That is true. Guys, we are almost done for today. Before we go, though, a couple reminders. Number 1, go play Super Mario Galaxy to see what a wimp Luigi is. After you do that, make sure you are
Then
following
play
Scott
Luigi's
on Twitter. Yeah, and then play Luigi's Mansion for the
That's
other
that way
side
you
of
get
the
a balanced
argument.
perspective
Yeah,
and you can make
yeah.
your own decision.
Make sure you guys go follow Scott on Twitter at Munder Difflin FF. He is one of our favorite people in the industry. And Scott, thank you so much for taking the time to come on with us today, my man.
Oh, I'll come on anytime.
We love having you.
Anytime.
And,
It's so much fun.
and I'm glad you got to be here for this this
Yeah, this was
bracket.
super
This was
fun.
a
I haven't
special
done
one.
I haven't done a bracket episode yet, so this was a lot of fun.
This is very fun.
Guys, if you are not sick of us yet, we are not going to be talking about Mario in a couple hours, but we are going to be live. You know what? JL's writing Jeopardy, and there could be some Mario questions in there, so I'm not going to definitively say we don't bring up Luigi again. But we are playing Fantasy Jeopardy with our friend Cooter Doodle over on FanDuel at 6 p.m. Eastern Time. So come and hang out with us on FanDuel's YouTube and Twitch then. Until then, though, we are out of here, everybody. Thank you so much for watching and
Trading
letting
makes
your
things
voices
fun.
be heard in the chat. JL, I have one more important question before we go. Was there a poll in the chat? Bowser versus Luigi?
Yes.
Who won that poll? We need to hear what the chat had to say first.
It was 50-50.
Was it really?
It was
Yes.
50-50, yeah.
50-50. Okay, we'll take it. Guys,
It's a tough
that's going to
matchup.
be it. Adios,
King Boo
everyone.
even beat Luigi. Oh god, this is insane.
Like, we'll see you in a couple hours.
Both those
Bye-bye.
are my fault.
Your name is Fantasy Fun.
Indeed, it does.